Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the Fish Tank tonight. My name is John, and I want to talk about something a little bit different. Let's talk a little college football. I'm a huge Texas A&M fan. I have been for quite some time. Blame that on my wife who went to school there, and yes, it is a cult. I married into it, and I'm a happy servant of the cult of Texas A&M. As a former U.S. military member, there is nothing like the atmosphere at a game at Texas A&M. It felt like home, the camaraderie. It just an amazing experience for me. But I want to talk about this upcoming game with LSU. Really excited for this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Some people do. Well, it could be a blowout. I think it's going to be one of two ways. Either Texas A&M is going to blow LSU out of the water, or it is going to be a close game that either team could win. Those are the two options. I really think it's going to be a close game. These two teams play each other very hard. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I think a lot of the commentators are overselling some of LSU's strengths, but I just think Texas A&M is probably going to come out on top, but it's going to be a really fun game to watch. If you've never been to a game at Death Valley at night, wow. The first LSU game I ever went to was at Death Valley back in 2015. The game where Les Miles famously saved his job, only to lose it the next year. Great game. Really great game. A lot of fun football to watch in that game. Great time. Here's why I'm thinking Texas A&M is going to win this game. Okay, this is my thoughts on this. Okay, Texas A&M is just a more balanced team. And yeah, their defense has struggled against some very high-powered offenses, but that's not what LSU is bringing to the table. LSU is bringing what has been a mediocre offense this year to this game. LSU thinks they have a good defense, but they really haven't played a high-powered, balanced offense. And their performance against teams that can run the ball has been very poor. It really has been very poor. And Texas A&M, between Owens, Daniels, and Smith, and if you have not watched E.J. Smith handle the football and run, it is amazing to watch. It is hard-nosed, hardcore football when he runs that ball. This man is probably the number one running back at any number of schools in this country, but he has stuck it out at Texas A&M. But you watch that young man run the football, it is great to watch. That is brutal, hard-nosed football. It is a good time. But between that and then you throw in Craver and Concepcion, you're asking for trouble. And don't even get me started about the A&M pass rush. This is a pocket passer's worst nightmare, and I don't think LSU's young quarterback is mobile enough to get away from Howell. I think he's going to get eaten alive. My prediction is at least 6 sacks in the game. And if not 6 sacks, a combination of sacks and tackles for a loss that is plus 10, or more than 10. I really think that the Texas A&M defensive line is going to feast on what LSU brings to the table. This is the best pass rush LSU has faced this year. So Texas A&M is probably going to hand out some pain. That doesn't mean LSU does not have a chance. If LSU can get a ground game going, If LSU can get a ground game going, if they become not a one-dimensional team for this game, they have a good chance of winning. They have a very good chance of winning. If you can get A&M's defense second guessing, biting on play action and things like that, you're really going to have a great chance. But remember, this is a team that can get to the quarterback with only rushing 3 or 4 guys. So you have to be able to run the ball if you're going to succeed against this offense. You have to be able to rush the ball. The 2 teams that really lit up this defense this year were Notre Dame and Arkansas. Very high-powered offenses. Probably 2 of the best offenses in college football this year. Both definitely top 20 offenses, maybe top 10 offenses. But if LSU can mimic a little bit of the magic that you see in Notre Dame, or a little bit of the magic you see in Arkansas, if they can get that ground game going, if they become a dynamic instead of a one-dimensional offense, I really think LSU could make this a fight, a dogfight all the way to the end, and never count out the crowd in Death Valley. Never count out the crowd in Death Valley. They are raucous. They are loud. They are not A&M loud. If you've ever been to a game at Kyle Field, it is one of the loudest places you can ever go to a football game. But if you want a close second, you've got LSU. It is probably one of the most aggressive and intimidating places you can go to play a college football game. And if you've never been to a game there, I highly recommend you go to a game. It doesn't have to be an A&M and LSU game either. If you go to any game there, especially when LSU's having a good year or playing a rival, you are going to see a raucous crowd. A lot of people will tell you like the LSU fans are like mean and stuff. I didn't have that experience when I was there. I got called Tiger Bait a few times. But most of the fans were really nice. Maybe it's because I'm older. I wasn't a college age kid when I was there. But the fans were actually pretty nice. The worst fans of any college football game I've been to were Colorado fans. I went and saw them play Texas A&M in Mile High Stadium, and those fans were atrocious. Those fans were just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Horrible. And I've been to games at quite a few schools. Auburn fans were great. Ole Miss fans were great. The Colorado fans were trash. Anyway, so my pick for this game, I know like FanDuel has got A&M favored by 2.5. But I think they're thinking of a more low-scoring game. I think they're looking at like a 27-24 ball game, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're looking at probably Texas A&M 38, LSU 27-31, somewhere in that range. Anyway, you folks, have a great night. Love y'all. My name is John. Don't forget, I am Christian. I am conservative. I will not be silent. I am Charlie Kirk.